Good evening and welcome to Off the Glass. I'm your host, Tony Anthony Macon, and alongside me is Maya Walker.
What is up?
Tonight's subject. Vulture.com had a conversation with Quincy Jones.
Quincy.
And is a nigga snitching? Is he talking too much? We'll dive into that. What up, man?
All good, man. Tone. What is good, man?
Not much, man. When was the last time you snitched?
Shit. I can honestly say I've never, ever.
Never snitched, huh?
Trying to think.
You never had your hands in the steel bracelets and had to say, look, this is what was going on,
Nah.
this is what happened?
Nope. Say that.
When was the last time you had to tell all?
I mean, I've been in a scenario where, I've been with a group of people and I've told a story about some things that happened in another.
Was it exposing the motherfucker?
I didn't use names, so I've never put anybody out there where I would like expose some. It might have been a private conversation. I exposed some stuff about somebody, but nothing like Quincy. Nothing like Quincy.
Quincy, I wouldn't call him snitching, but I'd say
Right.
Quincy was exposing the shit out of people.
He got to the point where he think he don't care.
I don't really think it's more so he's old, he don't care. I
think
mean,
it
like
is.
back in the day,
He wouldn't have
maybe-
done this. He wouldn't have done this 10 years ago.
Some of the people we talk about are gone now.
True.
They're dead, and I mean,
That's true.
he has a special with Netflix and Oprah coming up.
Oh, okay, wow.
I think CBS as well or some shit like that. And he's selling it right now, basically through his conversation with Vulture.com. It's in a
true.
sense he's sold the shit basically because now I'm interested in seeing
I'm definitely tuning in, kid.
what this shit is all about. But yeah, man, Quincy. I mean, sometimes when you want info, you go to an old nigga and you ask that old nigga a question, and an old nigga will tell you everything.
He gonna tell you the truth, and
Maybe he may
seen a
hold
bunch.
back on some shit. He
Maybe.
may like in this
He did.
in this interview he did. They asked him about Bill Cosby.
Yep.
That motherfucker said I won't talk about that publicly.
And that's his boy.
Right. But like if you ain't my homie,
Guy code, homie code, I should say.
you ain't my homie, I can put you out there. Put your ass out there. So let's run through this interview, man.
Real quick.
Let's go through it, man. In this interview, he was asked about Michael Jackson. He said, you work with Michael Jackson
Went hard on this boy.
more than anyone he wasn't related to. What's something people don't understand about him? And he said, I hate to get this into the publicity or publicly.
No, he don't.
Hate to
He
get
went straight to
into
it.
this publicly, but Michael stole a lot of stuff. He stole a lot of songs. Donna Summer's State of Independence and Billie Jean. The notes don't lie, man. He was a Machiavellian as they come. And they asked how so. He said, greedy, man, greedy. Don't stop till you get enough. Greg Phalanges, whoever that nigga
Phalange was pretty good. Roll with that.
Right. Wrote the C-section. Michael should have given him 10% of the song, but wouldn't do it. Let's go write that into that, man. Like before, because he also went further into Michael. But
Couple different.
right, but he talked about that in that situation. I mean, do you put Michael out there like that? Like that he was that greedy?
I mean, you know.
I mean, he's dead and gone now.
Dead and gone. He asked him a question. He asked him, do you know anything that he worked with him as more as anybody else that's even related to him?
He said, well,
What do you know? What can you tell us about Michael Jackson? Did he have to go negative? He didn't. It wasn't really the question wasn't asking for negative
but if you're
information.
selling
Right.
an upcoming documentary
Exactly.
and you want people to go out and see it, what do you say?
Hey man, sex sells, negative drama sells. So you gonna go
Put
with
them
that.
all the way out there,
Put 'em
man.
all the way out there.
And I mean, is this eye-opening? Like, damn,
Not
Michael,
really. I mean, because even Quincy like testified against Michael Jackson.
yeah, but still,
Estate, not Michael Jackson
yeah.
himself. The estate of Michael Jackson.
yeah. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, he's just basically calling this nigga greedy.
But what's the motivation though? Because Quincy Jones also only did 2 albums with Michael.
Well, I mean, at the same time, you know, if I know a I mean, like, okay, I mean, and that's the thing. We don't know the temperament of the conversation. If I'm talking to somebody and they say, and like when I listen, like, and we'll go deeper into these conversations. But when you listen to some of the shit he was saying, like, he'd be like, "Oh, that motherfucker there." And, you know, almost seemed like he may have been in a really joking mood.
He said "motherfucker" at least 15 times. Yeah, okay. I was trying to cut some slack, Q. But, yo, he dropped the MF bomb in his interview.
And that's the thing. He could have been sitting there like, "Oh, that motherfucker there, man. Let me tell you about him, man. You know what, man? That's my guy. But listen, listen. He didn't want to pay no motherfucker. Let me tell you that.
Right.
You know, and I kind of feel like I really would like to know the temperament of this conversation. Like, was there a smile on his face when he was talking this shit? Was he just trying to publicly expose people? I mean, if you get somebody in the right situation, they'll tell you everything. And when they tell you everything, it's not really to be malicious. It's just to be like, look, this motherfucker was greedy. And I mean, but at the same time, some of the shit might be a little malicious. So let's continue. And he said, what about outside of music? What's misunderstood about Michael? I used to kill him about the plastic surgery, man. He'd always justify it and say it was because of some disease he had. Bullshit.
Quincy came with the sailor mouth in his interview. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
Quincy said bullshit. He said that plastic. That what was it? Was it vitiligo?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
You know, his pigmentation was disappearing because of this condition. There's an anchor on Fox 2 News who has the same condition. You know.
Yeah. But at the same time, the thing is, and I mean that's what Michael said. But Quincy kind of shed light on why a person, and this is why some people get plastic surgery. And he said, you know, they asked how much were his problems wrapped up with fame, and he said, you mean the way he looked? He had a problem with his looks because his father told him he was ugly and abused him. What do you expect? So, like I said, when I think about this interview and I say the temperament, he gave an answer. He gave a legit answer as to why he would say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or why he was doing it. Why he would be, you know. That's the most valid reason that I've heard.
And like when he said, because he said I used to kill him about the plastic surgery, man. And when you say that, like, man, I used to kill him about the plastic surgery. I used to kill him about the plastic surgery, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he blah 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 this, that, and the third. He could have been in a joking mood, and he could have said, you know, hey, look, this is the reason why he was doing it because his pops called him ugly.
And he had a special place in his heart for Michael. I'm sure. You know what I mean? It hurt his heart that. So sometimes when somebody coming at you about certain things, it's because it's funny, and look, I mean, you ain't got to do that. And I'm gonna kill you about it. I'm gonna talk shit to you because you better than that.
Now, and it's also in his interview, he said, "You just mentioned the Clintons, who are friends of yours. Why is there still such visceral dislike of them? What are other people not seeing in Hillary, for example, that you see?" He said, "It's because there's a side of her when you keep secrets, they backfire." Like what secrets?
Hey.
This is something else I shouldn't be talking about. I know too much, man. They asked me, he's like, "Sure, you sure seem to know lies." I know too much, man. And so, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't trust him, Hillary. I didn't give a fuck.
I voted for Hillary. Okay, everybody has secrets, yeah. So the thing is,
but see, some of those secrets are very, very detrimental to the success or the movement of others. And with him saying this, man, it made me think a different type of way because, like, I already didn't like Hillary, and it was something about her. It was a lot about her. But for someone to say that they were close to them and not be feeling them, made me think. Made me say, I guess I was right to have my feeling about the Clintons.
My thing is with the Clintons and Hillary in particular, I think she was the lesser of two evils between her and our current president.
See, I hate the whole lesser of two evils talk, man. I hate that shit.
What else is there?
I mean,
it's good and evil.
Well, that just shows.
We had two bad choices.
That just shows us how flawed.
So we had three choices. We had
that shows us how
vote for lesser of two evils.
Flawed our government is.
Evil of the two choices, or not vote at all.
That shows how flawed our government is.
This is true. So in a flawed government, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to vote flawed.
Why are you supposed to?
Why not?
Why are you supposed to?
Because it's gonna do. It's gonna do.
You're not supposed to do anything. I mean, you sound like you was against your will, like it was a gun to your head. That's what you sound like. You say I was supposed
Let me say
to do
this. Let me say this. Even if we got everybody in our wonderful city of Detroit, as just a microcosm of what could happen in the United States, if we didn't vote, he still would have been president.
And
are we?
A lot of people turned out and voted, and he still was president.
I mean,
anyway.
True. So I mean, we're not getting that. I'm just saying. What I felt as a person. I'm gonna vote for the most positive that I would think for me and my community. I'm gonna vote that way. That's the best way I can explain it.
You know, it's almost funny because I wish I could have saw the future into both sides because I don't think there would be any big difference right now. I mean, to be honest, right now, I don't know.
Would all of the airports have shut down because he had a list of individuals or a list of countries that you couldn't come in here from anymore? And the list didn't include some of the most terrorist-written countries on the planet?
Yeah, but there could have been some other type of catastrophic issue that may have happened. I mean, under the and I'm only playing devil's advocate right now on this one, being very objective. But another black 2 or 3 people may have been shot unarmed. Anyway,
I feel you. I understand.
I mean, we just don't know.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna go into it.
Yeah, that's another subject.
Yep.
And so they say the interviewer, you sure seem to know a lot. And he said, I know too much, man. Yeah. And what's something you wish you didn't know? He said, who killed Kennedy? He named a Chicago mobster. And he said the connection was there between Sinatra and the mafia and Kennedy. Joe Kennedy, he was a bad man. He came to Frank to have him talk to the Chicago mobster about getting votes. And people, interviewers said, I heard about this theory before.
Right.
That the mob helped win Illinois for Kennedy in 1960. He responded, we shouldn't talk about this publicly. he flipped it on, where are you from? My man said Toronto, and it was funny. Because that's how you get out of that situation. You flip it. Hey, look, man, we talk about this public, man, where you from?
Right.
Where you from? And see, like, I felt like, I think he knew there was issues of snitching where you ain't supposed to say certain shit, and he was like, the gangster side of what's the name kicked in. Like, nigga, hey, listen. Quincy was like, yo, we ain't talking about that, bro. We gonna keep it going, keep it moving. So, it was other things that he talked about Jimi Hendrix, how Jimi Hendrix was chickening out.
Yeah, you want to play? Also,
Jimi Hendrix is one of my favorite artists of all time. One of the baddest man on the guitar. But he called him a chicken. This nigga was going in, man. And he also went on to say, the
Beatles were trash.
Yeah, he said, what did you think when you first heard rock music? Rock ain't nothing but a white version of rhythm and blues.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Also about country.
Motherfucker. He dropped motherfucker after that.
He did.
Rock ain't nothing but a white version of rhythm and blues, motherfucker. I met Paul McCartney when he was 21. What were your first impressions of the Beatles?
Excuse me?
That they were the worst musicians in the world.
Yeah.
They were no playing motherfuckers.
Ringo could not play the drums.
Paul was the worst bass player I ever heard. And Ringo, don't even talk about it.
Can't even his drum play was terrible.
He went at him. But I've heard that about Ringo before.
True. When I heard the Beatles are cool. I just thought it wasn't my thing.
No, hey, it's.
But you think about, like, when I heard Nirvana for the first time. I'm not a rock guy or I'm not a grunge guy. But when I heard Nirvana, I was like, these guys are talented.
I was gonna say Kurt Cobain was that dude.
Yeah, he was that dude.
But I mean, but like the Beatles. When you have the machine behind you, when the machine is behind you, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be.
Donald Trump.
Well, I was gonna actually go with the comedian we talked about on one of the past episodes, the white girl, little chubby face, Amy Schumer.
Wow.
She has the machine behind her, Monique. That's why she gets what she gets and you don't. When the machine is behind you, it is what it is. I mean, we may not like that, but the machine is behind her. We're hoping Tiffany Haddish keeps the machine behind her. She's doing actually wonderful shit. She's funny as fuck. So if the machine stays behind her,
she's good to go. She had a Super Bowl commercial.
But we keep it going, man. He gave props to what was that, Paul Allen?
He gave props to Bruno Mars.
Microsoft, the Microsoft guy. What was he? Bruno Mars gave props to. He shitted on T-Pain.
He did.
Shitted on T-Pain.
He did. He gave shout outs to a guy named Sam Smith that I didn't know who existed until I read this article and this. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm not saying I didn't know. I didn't know it existed. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm gonna YouTube this cat after this episode.
Really? Wow, man.
What song is he singing?
I'm just trying to figure out where you be at.
I be at work.
Anyway,
doing like 9 to 5 stuff and like dad stuff. I don't know. Blah blah blah. You know how it is. Yeah, that's why I don't have a haircut yet.
If I'm not mistaken, he's the latching on you guy.
Oh, okay, that's my man. Okay, hey, I like that song.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's but
I don't know where you been at. Wait,
I mean, I can't right now. I can't think of I'm not a huge Sam Smith guy like that. Like I don't know his fucking catalog, but I know I've heard some songs, and that's the only song that right off the top of my head. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's it. But it may play during this shit just so I can make sure that I'm correct. If I'm not correct, I'm pretty sure I'm right though. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm usually right. I'm a DJ, man, and I played that song plenty of times and know.
You a DJ?
Yeah.
All right. DJ.
Ordered. Oh yeah, he also dated Ivanka.
Yes. Trump. Oh, now I read that. Like, wait a minute. And the thing is, he
talks about legs. He talked like he
you know who put him on?
He smashed or some shit.
Yeah. So,
what's the name?
Said Ivana wanna have dinner with you. Oh, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
Tommy Hilfiger hits this guy up like, hey man, Ivanka want to have dinner with you. He was like, hell yeah, she fine in a motherfucker. That's what she said. That's what he said in the interview. She fine in a motherfucker. I'm like, okay,
but
cute.
The thing is, he don't give a fuck about Trump. He said, it's, they asked him, he was like, they asked him about Trump, and he said, what's stirred up everything? Is it all about Trumpism? Is Trump and uneducated rednecks? But he also just talked about, he called him he's a crazy motherfucker, limited mentally, narcissistic. He just said, I can't stand him. I used to date Ivanka. I used to pipe that bitch though. Hey, but
that's funny. They kicked it for a minute though, a little bit.
They asked him about would your friend Oprah be a good president? They said I don't think she should run.
Said she didn't have the chops.
She doesn't have chops for it.
That is, and you know what? He made some valid points when I read it. So
you haven't been governor of a state or the CEO of a company or a military general. You don't know how to lead people.
Don't have to be people.
Like she is a CEO. A symphony conductor knows more about how to lead people than most business people. More than Trump does. He doesn't know shit. Someone who knows about real leadership wouldn't have as many people against him as he does. He's a fucking idiot.
Now that's the one part I would have to
talk to that nigga.
So Trump is polarizing. So the thing is, Obama had a lot of people against him, and I think he's a great leader. You know what I mean? Why were they against him? He's polarizing. Obama's polarizing because the thing is, he's like everything good, and I think everything may not have worked out for Obama, but he came from a genuine place. See what I'm saying? So now Trump, most of the stuff he's did, I think is whack. Some of the things have, I guess not terrible. You know what I mean?
Leave a comment if you want us to grade Trump. We were going to talk about that. Grading Trump in his first year. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, Trump has done things that have helped certain people.
Top 1%.
But it hasn't done good for others. And so, with that being said, if you can grade him, how do you grade him? I mean,
basically,
do you grade
three families got like 68% increase in their wealth. 3 families.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that another time if people want to hear about it. But
who cares? Who cares about Trump? I don't care about Trump. I can't talk about it no more. I don't really can't stand his ass. Anyway.
The interviewer went on to ask Quincy, "Is Hollywood as bad with race as the rest of the country? I know that when you started scoring films, you'd hear producers saying things like they didn't want a bluesy score."
It's a bluesy.
Right, which was clearly code speak. Are you still encountering that kind of racism?
Bluesy?
And he said, "It's still fucked up. 1964 was when I was in Vegas. There were places I wasn't supposed to go because I was black. But Frank Sinatra fixed that. For me, it takes individual efforts like that to change things. It takes white people to say to other white people, do you really want to live as a racist? Is that really what you believe? But every place is different. When I go to Dublin, Bono makes me stay at his castle because Ireland is so racist. Bono's my brother, man. Bono's my brother, man. He named his son after Bono, whatever.
Bono.
Fuck them niggas. Bono. I was never a U2 fan, so, But,
all good.
But, further on in the interview, man, they started to ask some other questions. What's something you've worked on that should have been bigger? What the fuck are you talking about? I've never had that problem. They were all big. How about a musician who deserved more acclaim? Come on, man. The Brothers Johnson, I agree. James Ingram, Tevin Campbell.
The industry destroyed that young man.
Every one of them went straight through the roof. I fuck with the Brothers Johnson though, heavily.
Okay, heavy. I gotta get up. Brothers Johnson.
Strawberry Letter.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Oh wait, that go to the chorus again. Yeah. Okay. My man's. Okay, I got it.
Anyway, then it's Stomp was a good fucking album, track from or song from. Anyway, but anyway,
right.
Let's see. Then I talked about a little bit about rap.
Yeah.
And
that's where he went into T-Pain.
Yeah. And fuck T-Pain.
Right.
Anyway.
But
T-Pain ain't bad though.
But we didn't touch on the fact that he went in on.
Well, that's what we're getting to, man.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, he talked about. We talked about Marlon Brando.
Yes.
Feeding the pipe and putting the pipe in Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. Now, I guess I was also under a rock. I hadn't heard any rumblings or any rumors that Richard Pryor could be possibly gay, and then that his wife confirmed it. That this is all news when I was doing research for this.
She said it happens.
It was the 70s.
It was the 70s.
That's what Tone brought up in our
that's what they said. She said it was the 70s. And that's the thing, man. See, Marlon Brando, allegedly, I don't know, his
according to Q,
according to Quincy, and according to Richard Pryor's widow.
Rest in peace.
He slept with Marlon Brando. Richard Pryor slept with him, and he got the pipe from him. It's funny because I think he said his quotes was like he would fuck anything. He'd fuck a mailbox.
Yes. That was
he
correct.
said, you know, I guess when he was on that shit, he'd fuck whatever. But because he said he said he fucked a mailbox, James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, and Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. Come on now.
I mean, I feel like this. It's a lot of.
I don't believe it about Marvin Gaye.
People. Why not? It's a lot more people in Hollywood that have experienced or experimented than you may think.
I'm not disputing that.
And so
I'm just saying, sometimes you're shocked. Sometimes.
I mean, shit. Ray Allen was allegedly getting the tool, and you wouldn't have thought
Catfish.
You wouldn't have thought that he. No, the guy said that they had a relationship.
That's true. That is
so
true.
You wouldn't even think that Ray Allen would be in that type of situation.
If you haven't seen our Ray Allen episode, check it out.
At the end
one
of
our highest grossing, highest view
right.
videos.
At the end of the day, he was in a situation where.
At the end of the day, if you're ever put in a situation where you could be even alleged, now I know a lot of people can put rumors out. You can
put yourself in that situation. He wasn't. He was put in the situation. He put himself in that situation. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, well, when we talk about Richard Pryor, like like I said, I think it's this video or something out there back in the day where he said something about sucking dick. There was always allegations of him and Paul Mooney fucking, and I mean, we know. Paul Mooney is about as gay as a football stick. So
what's a football stick? Is that first down? Is that the first down thing?
Listen,
what is
it? Paul Mooney, no mustache with whiskers like a rat compared to beans you whack.
Hey,
Paul Mooney even had situations where they didn't caught him walking around with a purse in his hand and he was looking mad sus. But that was his man's. So, I mean, like, when they say shit about certain people, sometimes I don't even think twice. I mean, if Richard Pryor was getting banged out by Marlon Brando, I mean...
Nothing wrong with that. Just be real.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still rumors unless, Richard Pryor ain't here to defend himself. So, I mean, his widow is saying it like, yeah, I mean, I knew about it. I mean, like, wow. Why'd you put him out there, too? Like, yeah, I mean, well, if I...
And that takes me back...
Maybe Quincy was hitting that.
I don't know,
I don't know. Let me stop adding more sauce to the game.
I guess.
But, yeah, man. End of the day, man, Quincy Jones, man, you did what you were supposed to do. I want to see the documentary now. I mean, like,
True.
After reading the article, I was like, damn, this nigga was telling everything. He motherfucker this, motherfucker that.
True.
Now I'm like, shit, I want to see how many times he say motherfucker on camera.
Right. How much time Quincy got left on this planet? Who knows? But the thing is, was it worth burning all these bridges?
Well, I mean, are the bridges really burned at this point? He's old as shit.
Yeah, I mean, but...
What can he do with these people? He probably don't even talk to half these motherfuckers. Most of them are motherfucking dead. He shitted on the Beatles. Just recently, the Migos said that they were better than the Beatles.
In terms of musicianship,
I mean, what's wrong with them saying that?
nothing. I mean,
Nothing.
They can have their
and
own
when
opinion.
you are who you are of your time.
Yeah, but
Like I said, at the end of the day, the Beatles had the machine behind them. So we were told that the Beatles were the hot shit.
True.
But when we listen to some Beatles songs, you listen to a Beatles song and they ever said like, "Oh, this is hot."
Oh my God, no,
Never.
I haven't.
Exactly.
So,
But there was a craze over them. Rock bands have that. Fuck the Beatles.
I mean,
Most of their fans probably dead. Anyway.
oh my God. Oh,
Beatles are not what they used to be. But like I said, the Migos, stir fries my shit now. In the kitchen whipping like stir fry. And me, that's my shit too. I fuck with stir fry. But anyway, Quincy Jones, fuck it, man. Speak your piece.
Been here since 1930 something. You don't care. You got a story to tell. You put in all this work. You changed the history of the United States. You are a part of the history. A whole movement came from a little, Motown spot right over here, not too far on West Grand Boulevard. So I understand.
You finished riding this tip?
Am I riding this tip? I'm just saying, like,
cool. You done, right?
what legacy did you want to be?
I'm Zach. You finished riding this tip?
You know what? That's the problem. That's the
Are you
problem.
gonna say yes or no?
You are.
Yes
you
or no?
are a problem.
Are you finished writing the tip?
I'm stating facts.
All right, cool. You finished writing the tip. All right, he's finished writing his tip, so we're gonna get out of here, man.
Whatever.
Hey, we appreciate you guys for listening. Like and
Whatever,
subscribe.
dog.
Also, share the channel, share the show.
Are they on our tip if they share the channel?
No, they wouldn't. They would be.
They wouldn't be on our tip.
Be a loyal supporter.
Oh, is that not being a loyal supporter of stating facts
Be a loyal supporter.
to make a point?
I mean, it would be an opinion.
Anyway,
if they share it and say that they
salute
love it, it's an
to
opinion.
to Zeke at Sharp Cuts. I will be there not tomorrow. I will be there at my 7 a.m. appointment because it is time for a cut. Anyway,
I'm gonna cut all that out the video. All right, cool.